Chosen one, I need you to stop scrolling right now. This is not a random algorithm. This is an urgent interception routed directly to your screen. For the past 3 days, someone has been staring at your photograph in complete silence, and they have been searching for signs of your defeat. They zoomed in on your eyes, and what they saw made their blood run cold. They saw the awakening. They thought they had broken your spirit when they pushed you into severe isolation. They assumed you were drowning in the sadness they left behind. But while they were studying your image, they noticed a terrifying shift happening within your energy field. A brilliant light was pouring out of your aura, and it was a frequency of absolute power that they could no longer control. They realized you survived. This is why your energy has felt so incredibly heavy lately. You have been picking up on their frantic panic across the spiritual realm. The sudden exhaustion was not your fault. You were feeling their desperate attempts to pull you back down into their low vibration because your rising light is literally blinding them in the dark. But their dark efforts are failing. Your spiritual armor is growing stronger. Listen carefully to me. The people who plotted against you are watching everything they built start to crumble. They tried to bury you because they knew what you were destined to become. They recognized you as the cycle breaker long before you knew your own strength. And now they are completely paralyzed by the realization that they only accelerated your divine upgrade. You evolved. You are the anomaly they could never understand. The one who survived the storm alone and emerged with a crown of quiet authority. Your silence has become a weapon that terrifies them deeply. They check your pages constantly because they are waiting for you to fail. But instead, they are witnessing the universe preparing a massive table for you right in their presence, and they can do nothing. They are defeated. Heaven deliberately isolated you to protect you from rooms you were never meant to enter. The rejection was not a punishment, but the ultimate protection protocol. You did not lose anything that was meant to stay. Everything that was removed from your life was secretly draining the precious energy you needed for this exact moment. And this moment is so much bigger than you can possibly imagine. Your wealth is coming. I need you to take one slow breath right now. Put down the heavy burdens you have been carrying for the past year. The waiting season has officially ended, and the doors are about to blow wide open. But before you step into this new reality, Heaven needs you to understand something crucial. There is a hidden mechanism blocking your full potential, and the forces of darkness do not want you to find it. You have felt it for a long time. That strange gap between the person you know yourself to be and the version of you that seems available only in flashes. You watch others succeed effortlessly while you struggle against an invisible wall. You thought it was a lack of faith or a failure of strict discipline. You blamed yourself during those long nights while your spirit cried out for a breakthrough. Stop blaming yourself for the delay. The exhaustion you feel is not a character flaw. It is a symptom of a deliberate suppression that has been operating quietly in the background of your life. The enemy knew that if you ever unlocked your true frequency, you would become completely unstoppable. So they targeted the physical receiver in your brain to keep your spiritual gifts locked away in the dark. But their time is officially up. The veil is lifting, and the truth is finally being delivered to you. You are about to reclaim every single thing that was stolen from your bloodline. The generational wealth and the deep inner peace are rushing toward your new timeline. But to hold this massive blessing, you need the final key. You must learn exactly how to bypass the physical block they created to stop you. This brings us to a truth that changes everything. Before we go further, I want to hold something in front of you. Something that was discovered not inside a church or a spiritual community, but inside a research laboratory. It is something that won the highest scientific recognition available, and most chosen ones have never been told about it because the elite want to keep it hidden. This is the secret. This discovery explains something I know you have felt deep in your bones. It explains the silent gap between your true potential and your daily struggles. It proves that the barrier keeping you stuck is a physical mechanism that can be instantly reversed. I will show you exactly what the researchers found. I will tell you the exact name of this breakthrough later in this message, once you are truly ready. But not yet. First, I need you to fully understand what was taken from you without your consent, because you must see the invisible chains before you can shatter them completely. So hold this question in your mind as we go deeper into this revelation. What if the gap between your struggle and your victory is not a character flaw? What if it has a specific scientific name? Do not look away. You wake up suddenly in the middle of the night. The clock shows exactly 3 in the morning. Your heart is racing incredibly fast. And as you stare at the dark ceiling, a heavy wave of anxiety washes over your tired body. You try to close your eyes. You try to force yourself back to sleep, but your mind refuses to rest because it feels like something massive is shifting just out of your sight. You carry a deep exhaustion that sleep can never fix. Your shoulders are always tight, and your chest feels incredibly heavy. The world tries to tell you that you are just stressed out, and they constantly advise you to take a break or stop thinking so much. You nod and smile. You pretend they understand, but you know deep down that this is not normal tiredness. This is a profound spiritual fatigue. This physical pain is your intuition trying to alert you. Your soul is desperately detecting a massive and while ordinary people sleep peacefully through the night, your spirit is actively fighting battles in dimensions they cannot even comprehend. You are a warrior. You have always been the chosen one. Then comes the crushing weight of your sudden isolation. Over the past few months, you have felt completely alone. Friends stopped calling. Family members grew distant and cold. People you trusted deeply suddenly walked out of your life without giving you any real explanation. You cried over those lost connections. You wondered what you did wrong. You blamed yourself for the painful silence. Stop blaming yourself for the empty rooms in your life. That isolation is not a punishment for your past mistakes. It is an act of divine protection, orchestrated directly by heaven. The universe had to deliberately remove those people from your path because their low frequency was violently clashing with your rising light. They were secretly draining your energy every single day. You were far too kind to the wrong people. You constantly forgave those who never once apologized to you. As an empath with a beautiful heart, you became a primary target for narcissists who feed on bright souls. They smiled in your face while quietly sabotaging your peace. God saw their hidden intentions. He saw the sinister traps they were laying in the dark while you were trying to heal them. So heaven stepped in and severed those toxic ties. The sudden endings were painful, but they were absolutely necessary for your survival. If those people had stayed in your life, they would have completely destroyed the massive blessing that is currently heading your way. You are no longer the fragile empath who begs to be understood. You are stepping into a powerful new identity. You have become the empath with absolute boundaries. Your current solitude is actually a sacred training ground. In this quiet space, your spiritual nervous system is being completely rewired to hold a much higher vibration. The silence around you is not empty. It is filled with the intense frequency of powerful preparation. You are being prepared to rule your new reality. This is exactly why you suddenly hate small talk. You feel physically sick when you are forced into fake environments. You can easily read the hidden motives behind a simple smile. Your spiritual radar is fully active now, and because your light has grown so bright, you can no longer tolerate the comfortable lies that ordinary people use to survive their daily lives. You demand absolute truth. Pay close attention to how your body reacts around certain individuals. You might feel a sudden tightness in your chest. You might get a random headache when a specific person texts you. That is not a medical issue. That is your spiritual immune system rejecting their toxic energy before it can infect your aura. Your body is physically alerting you to the presence of hidden enemies. They called you crazy when you voiced your concerns, They tried to make you feel completely delusional for trusting your gut feelings, but you were never crazy. You were just seeing the harsh reality that they were desperately trying to hide from you. Your intuition is a flawless compass that has protected you through the darkest storms. You must start trusting it again, right now. The pain you endured was never a sign of your weakness. It was a rigorous initiation process designed for a rare soul. You had to learn how to survive the storm alone, so that you could eventually become the master of your own reality. But there is a deeper layer to this unusual phenomenon. The emotional trauma was only one part of their sinister plan to keep you completely blocked. But the moment you accepted the divine isolation, their entire manipulative plan completely fell apart. Your tears quietly watered the seeds of your incredible awakening, and the painful delays were simply heaven clearing the path ahead of you, so you could walk forward without any toxic attachments. Now the heavy lifting is finally over. The spiritual validation you have been craving is here. Tap the like button as an act of agreement with what God just spoke to you. You prayed for better days. You worked incredibly hard to change your life. But heavy doors kept slamming completely shut right in your face, and it felt like heaven was deliberately ignoring your desperate cries for help. But I need you to listen to me very carefully. That painful rejection was never a punishment from above. It was a profound frequency mismatch that you could not see. You watched other people get exactly what you rightfully deserved. They did not work nearly as hard as you did. They certainly did not possess your beautiful and empathetic heart. Yet they succeeded effortlessly while you struggled just to survive another week, and it made you feel completely invisible to the world. You honestly thought you were carrying a heavy generational curse. You truly believed you were permanently broken and destined to fail. Here is what they never told you. The reason the universe responds to certain people and not others is not human faith. It is not intense discipline or endless hours of prayer. It is a specific physical brainwave. Scientists actually have a precise name for this exact phenomenon, and it holds the ultimate key to unlocking your mysterious past. They call it gamma, and it is the exact frequency your brain was running when you were a child. Back then, incredible ideas came to you with absolute ease. Learning new things felt completely effortless and joyful. You were naturally aligned with the pure energy of the universe before they ruined it, and your mind was a powerful magnet for miracles. You somehow knew things long before they actually happened in reality. The entire world felt like it was completely on your side. You were deeply connected to a divine flow of endless synchronicities and wonderful surprises, because that was your true spiritual power. That was the authentic chosen one frequency operating at its absolute maximum capacity. You were a walking beacon of brilliant light. Then adulthood slowly arrived, and the modern world went to work on your bright mind. The constant stress of survival mode completely hijacked your delicate nervous system. The rigid school systems aggressively trained you to conform instead of create, and they forced you to sit down and be quiet when you were literally born to fly. They taught you to fear your own boundless imagination. Every single year, this sacred frequency was suppressed a little bit further. It was violently pushed deeper and deeper below the surface of your conscious awareness, until the vibrant version of you with photographic memory went completely silent, and the lightning intuition that used to guide your daily steps slowly faded away into the dark shadows. You forgot how incredibly powerful you truly were. The beautiful kind of luck that makes others whisper behind your back stopped happening. You lost the profound sense that the universe was secretly working with you, and the daily magic was quickly replaced by absolute physical and mental exhaustion. You were left walking blindly through a world that felt incredibly cold and unforgiving. You survived, but a major part of your spirit went dormant. Most ordinary people will live their entire lives without ever knowing this happened to them. They will easily accept their miserable lives and they will never question the corrupt system. But you are not most people. You always felt that a massive piece of your soul was missing. You knew you were meant for greatness even when you had absolutely nothing left in your empty pockets, because the fire inside you never truly died. You remember that important question I asked you to hold earlier? The one about a silent gap and a specific scientific name? The powerful answer is much closer than you think right now. The universe is finally pulling back the heavy curtain to show you the truth. You are finally waking up from their deep sleep, and the mysterious gap you felt was simply your suppressed gamma wave. All those failed relationships and collapsed business plans make total sense now. Your core frequency was deliberately sealed shut by a toxic environment. You were desperately trying to broadcast a powerful spiritual signal through a broken radio. Heaven simply could not deliver the massive blessing because your receiver was completely jammed by their endless noise, and the universe was waiting for you to heal. The incoming blessing would have destroyed you if it arrived while you were completely suppressed. God actually had to wait until you realized exactly what was stolen from you. The painful delay you experienced was actually an act of incredible divine mercy. You were being shielded from massive opportunities that required your full gamma energy to properly maintain, because you needed your strength to protect yourself from jealous enemies. Now you finally understand why you had to suffer through the heavy silence. You had to feel the deep contrast between the low survival vibration and your true spiritual potential. The forces of darkness honestly thought they had won the ultimate spiritual war against you. They happily celebrated when they saw you crying on the cold floor in total despair, and they truly believed that you were finished forever. But they made a fatal mistake. They left your spiritual hunger completely intact, and that deep spiritual hunger led you directly to this exact message today. You are now fully prepared to break the ancient seal they placed on your mind. The frequency that was stolen from you as a child is finally waking up, and the heavy doors that were closed in your past are about to blow completely open. The darkness knew exactly who you were long before you did. They saw the massive potential resting quietly inside your spirit. They recognized the rare soul that heaven sent to break the heavy generational chains. And because they saw your incredible power, they immediately launched a coordinated attack against your peace. They could not let you wake up. This is the ultimate trap they set for you. They sent specific people into your life disguised as broken souls, needing your help. These narcissists were not random encounters on your spiritual journey, but they were deliberate agents of a dark system sent to completely drain your light. You thought you were supposed to heal them. You poured your pure energy into their endless black holes. You gave them your precious time and your deepest empathy. And while you were busy fixing their manufactured problems, your own frequency was being quietly siphoned away into the shadows. They took everything you offered without ever saying thank you. You were left completely empty and exhausted. They absolutely needed you to remain completely exhausted. A tired, chosen one cannot fight back against the corrupt system. An exhausted empath cannot access the true divine power that belongs to them. When your energy is constantly drained by toxic drama, you literally do not have the physical strength left to manifest your destined wealth. That was their master plan. The entire matrix is perfectly designed to keep your vibration terribly low. They bombard you with negative news and endless financial struggles. They want you permanently stuck in a desperate survival mode. Because as long as you are fighting just to survive the week, you can never step into your role as the true master of reality. They fear your awakening. Take a deep breath and let this sink in. You are a massive threat to their entire low vibrational hierarchy. If you ever realized how much power you truly hold, their control over your timeline would vanish instantly. That is why they constantly tried to make you feel small and insignificant. They wanted you to doubt your own sanity. Every time you tried to rise up, a new crisis magically appeared. A car broke down or a sudden bill arrived in the mail. A toxic family member started a massive argument right when you finally felt peaceful. These events were strategically timed distractions created by the dark forces, and they were meant to violently pull your focus away from your healing. They weaponized your empathy. But heaven watched this terrible injustice happen every single day. God saw every silent tear you shed in the dark of your room. He witnessed the incredible purity of your heart while they repeatedly tried to destroy it. And because you never let their darkness turn your heart cold, you passed the hardest spiritual test in the universe. You remained pure. Listen carefully to this next part. The narcissists did not win the war against your soul. They actually activated your ultimate spiritual defense system without even realizing it. Their constant abuse pushed you to your absolute limit, and it forced you to finally build an impenetrable wall around your sacred energy to protect yourself. You are no longer the victim. Your kindness is no longer a weakness they can easily exploit. It is now guarded by absolute boundaries made of solid steel. You have officially become a dangerous weapon of light in the spiritual realm, and the very people who used to feed on your beautiful energy are now starving because you completely cut off their supply. They are suffocating now. This is exactly why they are currently panicking in the background. Their old manipulation tactics no longer work on your upgraded frequency. They try to provoke you into arguments, but you simply walk away in complete silence. Your total indifference is the most terrifying response they could ever receive from you, and it is driving them absolutely crazy. You took your precious power back from the thieves. You stopped explaining yourself to people who are committed to misunderstanding you. You finally realized that your divine assignment does not include saving people who secretly want to destroy you. This powerful realization shifted your entire trajectory, and it aligned you directly with the frequency of massive wealth. Type 111 down in the comments to claim this alignment. Lock this incredible reality into your physical timeline right now. By doing this simple physical action, you are showing the universe that you are fully ready to receive, and you are declaring that the days of being a spiritual doormat are completely over. You are taking your rightful throne. The dark system is terrified because the anomaly has finally awakened. You were the glitch they could never manage to fix. They threw their best weapons at you, and you still survived the storm. Now your mere presence completely disrupts their low-frequency environments, while your rising light exposes all the dirty secrets they tried to hide. You are untouchable. But we must address the lingering damage they left behind. Even though you cut the toxic cords, your physical body still remembers the trauma. Your nervous system is still carrying the heavy residue of their relentless attacks. And this lingering stress is exactly what is keeping that magical gamma wave completely suppressed inside your tired brain. The transformation is already happening inside you right now. You can feel a strange new heat building up in your chest. The heavy fog that clouded your mind for years is slowly lifting, but you are still waiting for the massive physical breakthrough, because you know the spiritual shift already occurred in the unseen realm. Now you need your physical reality to finally catch up. The block is no longer spiritual because you already won that battle. The invisible wall standing between you and your generational wealth is entirely physical. It is trapped deep inside your tired and overworked nervous system today. Your brain is still running on the frantic beta wave of survival mode, and it is desperately trying to protect you from threats that no longer exist. You are constantly fighting a dark ghost from yesterday. This survival frequency is exactly what blocks your divine blessings today. Heaven is trying to drop incredible opportunities right into your open hands, but a brain trapped in survival mode cannot recognize a beautiful miracle. It only sees extreme danger and exhausting work when it looks at the bright future, because the trauma has completely hijacked your natural perception. You have to safely flip the internal switch back to peace, The elite system wants you to believe that healing takes decades of hard work. They tell you to spend thousands of dollars on endless and painful therapy sessions. They push you to meditate for hours until your back absolutely aches. But those outdated methods require massive willpower that you simply do not have left, and you are completely exhausted from fighting the long spiritual war. You desperately need a real lifeline right now. Before we go any further, I have to tell you something incredibly important. Something the greedy people who profit from your exhaustion do not want you to know. Brilliant neuroscientists working quietly away from the loud headlines have finally discovered how to bring this dormant brainwave back to life. And they did it without requiring any difficult meditation or expensive clinical visits. They found a beautiful shortcut to your ultimate healing. They found a brilliant way to bypass your exhausted willpower completely. It is not a biofeedback machine that costs $7,000. It is something far simpler and far more aligned with your natural design. It is a specific sound frequency engineered to guide your brainwave patterns back to the genius state, and it restores the incredible power you were born with. Your old soul already recognizes this beautiful truth. Princeton University has already studied this exact phenomenon in absolute detail. The Einstein Center in Berlin confirmed the incredible and life-changing results. Columbia University found that when this specific brainwave is fully reactivated, it actually radiates outward and begins to positively influence the people around you. Your young children and your loving partner will physically feel it. The sacred frequency slowly heals your entire household. It only takes 7 minutes a day to create this massive shift. That is literally all it takes to completely rewire your tired mind. The brilliant frequency begins working the first time you close your eyes and listen. Your brain instantly recognizes the familiar signal and drops the heavy survival armor, while it safely returns your spirit to a state of effortless flow. You absolutely do not have to struggle anymore. I will tell you exactly what this is called before this message ends. I will show you exactly how to access this powerful and sacred tool, because the universe wants you fully equipped for the massive wealth transfer that is coming. But first, there is something else you urgently need to understand about why your breakthrough has been delayed for so long. You must know the truth about your enemies. The universe was waiting for you to completely sever the toxic cords. God withheld the key while the enemy still had access to your energy. The narcissists would have stolen your power if you unlocked it last year. They would have selfishly used your upgraded frequency to build their own dark empires, and they would have left you completely broken in the dirty dust. Heaven actively protected you by hiding the key, but now the toxic leeches are permanently gone from your peaceful life. The heavy doors to your painful past are completely locked and sealed shut. You are standing in a safe space where your energy belongs exclusively to you. This is the exact moment the divine frequency can be safely reintroduced to your nervous system, because there is no one left to steal your radiant light. Your complete physical restoration is truly imminent today. You are no longer just surviving the brutal and exhausting storms of life. You are actively preparing to become the absolute master of your new reality. The profound physical shift will happen rapidly once the block is completely removed. And when your brain finally matches the high frequency of your ancient soul, the external world will have absolutely no choice but to completely submit to your will. You are finally taking back your rightful throne. Do not ignore the subtle physical shifts happening in your body today. The slight tingling in your warm hands is a direct physical confirmation. The sudden lightness in your chest means the old trauma is finally melting away. The universe is actively preparing your physical vessel to hold the immense glory, while heaven carefully aligns the exact circumstances for your ultimate financial victory. You are finally fully ready to receive it. Your painful days of begging for small crumbs are officially over forever. You are about to step into a timeline where incredible synchronicities happen every single hour, but you must stay incredibly alert as we quickly approach the final revelation today. The dark enemy knows you are dangerously close to the ultimate truth, and they are desperately trying to distract you one last time before you break free. Do not let them steal your final focus. You are starting to see the undeniable proof everywhere you look. The universe is speaking directly to you through impossible synchronicities today. You look at the clock and see repeating numbers constantly. You might brush it off as a random coincidence at first, but the strange numbers keep aggressively following you around because heaven demands your absolute attention right now. They are not random. You see 111 on license plates when you are driving. You see 777 on random receipts when you buy your coffee. This is not your tired mind playing tricks on you in the dark. This is the angelic realm confirming that a massive wealth transfer is actively happening, and the ancient spiritual codes of abundance are locking perfectly into your new timeline. Pay very close attention to your physical body right now. You might hear a sudden high-pitched ringing in your left ear. That is a literal frequency upgrade happening in real time. You might feel an unexplained heat radiating from your chest because your dormant spiritual DNA is actively waking up to receive the massive blessings you requested. And then there is the incredible emotional detachment. You look back at the dramatic situations that used to make you cry, and you feel absolutely nothing. The toxic people who used to ruin your day completely lost their power over your mood. You are completely unbothered by their childish games. That quiet indifference is your ultimate spiritual shield. People are starting to look at you very differently when you enter a room. Strangers stare at you because your aura is projecting a blinding light. You do not even have to speak to command absolute respect. Your quiet authority naturally dominates the environment, but I have to warn you about something extremely dangerous before we proceed. I must warn you about the fatal trap. Do you remember the hidden trap I mentioned earlier in this message? The dark system always sets a massive snare right before your absolute breakthrough. 99% of chosen ones completely fail right at this specific finish line. The enemy knows your massive blessing is already at the front door, so they deploy a clever counterfeit to quickly distract you. Out of nowhere, a toxic person from your painful past will suddenly reach out. An old friend who betrayed you will randomly send a text message. They will claim they miss you, and they earnestly want to apologize. Do not answer them. This is a rigorous spiritual test designed to check your boundaries, because they are energetic vampires smelling your incoming wealth. If you reply to their message, you instantly lower your vibration back to their miserable level. You must completely ignore their desperate attempts to reconnect today. Your heavy silence is the ultimate weapon that severs the demonic cord forever. When you leave them on red, you prove to the universe that you are finally ready to handle immense cosmic power. Because the immense power is literally overflowing into your physical reality today, small amounts of unexpected money are starting to randomly appear in your life. You find a forgotten $20 bill in an old winter jacket. You receive a tiny, unexpected refund in the mail, and you realize these are not random financial accidents at all. They are the first drops of a massive incoming storm. The massive floodgates of generational wealth are cracking open right now. Everything you suffered through was simply clearing the heavy debris out of this mighty river. The universe is actively pushing a massive mountain of resources toward your open hands. But your physical brain is still frantically fighting against this beautiful reality because it is completely overwhelmed by the intense light. Your spirit is absolutely ready for the wealth, but your nervous system is panicking. The intense cosmic energy is violently crashing into your beta wave survival walls. This massive collision is exactly why you feel dizzy and incredibly exhausted right as the miracle arrives. You are carrying a billion-dollar spiritual frequency inside a broken physical receiver. This is exactly why the scientific discovery I mentioned is so incredibly vital. You cannot force your brain to calm down using pure willpower alone. You need the physical key to safely unlock the heavy biological chains. The gamma wave must be fully restored before the massive wealth transfer crushes your tired body, and the elite have always known this sacred secret. They desperately want to keep you distracted by the toxic drama and the exhausting struggles. They want you looking in the wrong direction while they selfishly hoard the actual frequency of genius. But their dirty secret is officially out today. The exact mechanism that will perfectly synchronize your brain with the universe is finally here. Prepare your beautiful spirit. Take one deep and slow breath right now. Let the heavy burden of the past 10 years completely fall off your tired shoulders. You survived the brutal training ground, and you passed the final test of absolute silence. The long season of painful waiting is completely over, and you are standing at the threshold of a totally new reality. Listen very closely to what comes next, because I am about to hand you the key. Here is the ultimate truth they discovered when they studied your photograph. They zoomed in on your tired eyes, and they saw the ancient seal finally breaking. They realized that your frequency was no longer trapped in the heavy survival mode. The blinding light they saw in your aura was your pure biological energy returning to its rightful state. You are overriding their dark matrix. They stared at your image in absolute terror because you did not break. The heavy exhaustion you felt was simply your physical body preparing to hold massive cosmic power. You are stepping into a glorious era of pure euphoric freedom today. The universe is heavily arming you with the exact physical weapon you need to completely conquer this new timeline. You are the master. The profound question I asked you to hold at the beginning of this message: what if the silent gap between your struggle and your victory is not a character flaw? Here is the absolute answer. A specific brainwave called the gamma wave was running freely inside you as a young child. It gave you that genius-level capacity before they ruthlessly shut it down. It can be restored. Princeton University has studied this incredible frequency in deep detail. The Einstein Center in Berlin officially confirmed the miraculous results. Columbia University discovered something absolutely amazing. They found that when this brainwave is restored, it naturally radiates outward to bless the people you love. A dedicated team of brilliant neuroscientists worked on this. Dr. Robert Lake in New York compressed this clinical protocol into 7 minutes. Before I tell you what they built, I must tell you about 2 people who used it. A tired woman from California had tried absolutely everything to heal. She tried meditation and endless prayer, but nothing broke the heavy fog. After 2 weeks of listening, she felt the blocked channel simply open wide. Her marriage shifted beautifully, and she described her new life as completely enchanted. A hard-working man from Texas started using it to improve his heavy business focus. 2 months later, his wife joked that his intelligence had jumped 20 points. The hardest problems he used to lose sleep over started magically solving themselves while he slept. He said it felt like his brain was finally running on what it was always supposed to run on. That is what Dr. Lake built. They call it the Genius Song. It is not a basic meditation app or a generic sound frequency. It is a 7-minute audio track using advanced brain entrainment technology. It is perfectly compressed from 1 full clinical hour into something you do at home with your headphones. You just close your eyes and let the pure frequency do exactly what your tired brain was designed to receive. The Genius Song is definitely not for everyone. It is exclusively for the chosen one who has already done the painful inner work. It is for the rare soul who understands that their missing element is not more effort, but a fully restored physical channel. If your spirit confirms this truth right now, then the sacred path is waiting for you below. You are finally ready to receive. Clinical biofeedback sessions cost hundreds of dollars per hour in a cold hospital. An in-home machine runs thousands of dollars today. What the Genius Song delivers in 7 minutes is available to you today for a tiny fraction of its true value. It comes with 4 powerful bonuses to accelerate your massive spiritual breakthrough. You will receive an audio track for your beloved children. You also get the original prosperity text that ancient secrets were secretly built upon. It includes a guided visualization and a daily habits guide. This will sustain your pure gamma state, but you must understand the deeper truth about waiting today. The divine provision God arranged for you does not arrive as completely new information. It arrives as a sudden and beautiful recognition. A suppressed brain completely misses the beautiful miracle. The chosen one who restores the receiver today finally sees what was always there, waiting for them. But you must absolutely avoid the dangerous counterfeits circulating on YouTube or Spotify. Those fake tracks have no real brain entrainment technology encoded inside them because the dark system wants you to completely fail. The only authentic version is safely available through the protected link. It has been placed in the description and the pinned comment below. The universe requires absolutely no physical risk from a chosen one. If you do not feel the massive energetic shift, then every penny is immediately returned. That is a pure energetic exchange governed by complete divine trust. You have absolutely nothing left to fear today. The sacred link is waiting in the description and in the pinned comment below right now. The physical tool does not replace your spiritual obedience. It does not replace your beautiful surrender to the divine plan. It simply restores the physical receiver through which your obedience produces massive and undeniable results. Whether that specific path is yours or not, the deeper truth of this message belongs to you entirely. The universe is aligning your massive breakthrough right in front of your watchful enemies. Let us return to your ultimate ceiling. We will close the heavy doors on your painful past forever. You are officially the master of your magnificent reality now. The heavy storm has passed. The dark clouds are breaking apart. You are stepping out of the painful shadows and into the blinding light of your new timeline. You are no longer the fragile empath who constantly begged the world to understand your pure heart. You have been forged by the intense fire into the untouchable master of your own reality. Your incredible presence now completely commands the shifting atmosphere. You do not have to fight for a seat at their toxic tables anymore. The universe is busy building a brand new table exclusively for you. And the people who deliberately ignored your beautiful light are not invited to the magnificent feast. They will have to watch your incredible rise from a very painful distance. From this exact moment forward, your energy demands absolute respect without a single word being spoken. The people who plotted your downfall are currently watching their own empires crumble to the ground. They wanted you to react. They needed your anger, but your beautiful silence became the ultimate weapon that destroyed them completely, leaving them with absolutely nothing while you effortlessly ascend to your rightful place. For the chosen one, whose spirit confirmed the tool described earlier, the path remains open in the description. That is the very last time I will mention it today. What follows right now belongs entirely to your closing. We must permanently lock this incredible blessing into your physical dimension before you leave. You are the powerful cycle breaker your ancestors prayed for. The toxic generational patterns stop with you today. You survived the intense isolation because heaven was upgrading your DNA in the quiet background. And now, the massive divine wealth you were promised is flowing effortlessly into your bank accounts. You do not have to chase it. Money is simply an energy. It naturally responds to high-frequency vibrations. When your soul was crushed by the heavy trauma, the financial energy could not find you. But now your aura is a blinding beacon of pure light in the spiritual realm. The massive wealth transfer has officially recognized your unique signature, and it is moving rapidly toward your front door right now. You have become a massive magnet for miracles. Opportunities will chase you. People will look at your life and wonder how you recovered so quickly from the devastating attacks. Let them wonder. You do not owe anyone an explanation for the incredible favor that God placed on your life this year. Can you feel that warmth in your chest? That is the glorious frequency of absolute victory finally settling into your tired bones. The pitch-black darkness has retreated. The dawn of the new era is shining its brightest rays directly onto your beautiful spiritual crown. But you must protect this delicate new energy from the lurking shadows. The enemy wants you to close this message. They want you to forget everything you just heard. They are waiting for you to walk away without locking the divine door behind you, because an unsealed blessing can easily be stolen by the distracting noise of the modern world. You must build a wall of light. You must physically anchor this high frequency into the earth. God is watching your bold response today. The universe needs to see that you are fully committed to your new timeline. Take one deep breath and let the glorious reality completely fill your lungs. The chains are broken. The cages are completely shattered. You are totally free to claim the immense wealth that has your name written all over it. To completely lock in this glorious frequency, you must act now. Type Amen down in the comments to permanently seal this beautiful reality. Let your simple physical action be the final hammer that shatters the enemy plan. When you type that word, you are telling the entire spiritual realm that your days of endless suffering are completely over. And if this fiery message has reignited your faith, do not keep it to yourself. There is another rare soul out there bleeding in the dark of despair today. They are desperately needing a guiding light to survive the brutal storm. Share this powerful message with them right now. Sowing the seed of hope today is multiplying the massive blessing for your own future. You are completely protected by the highest power, and no weapon formed against your new reality will ever prosper again. Walk forward with your head held high. The long season of weeping is officially over. Your era of immense joy has finally begun. You are the chosen one. Your majestic reign starts right now.